We've all been there. It's the bane of a cosplayer's existence. You go to button your favorite coat, or maybe you're putting on your best shirt for a night out on the town, and then disaster. Your shirt is missing a button, and there are only moments before the bomb goes off. Okay, I might have exaggerated that last part a little bit. Losing a button can be frustrating, but it's a simple fix. All you need are a few supplies and a little bit of time. In order to fix your garment, you will need these 4 items: sewing needles, scissors, a button, and thread the color of the garment in need of repair. These items can all be found in a nice little travel-sized case at most hobby stores. There are 2 types of buttons used: flat or sew-through buttons and shank buttons. If you have lost your button, then you want to make sure that the new button is the same size as the others on the garment. This is because of the buttonholes. If the button is too big, it won't go through. Too small, and the button can't properly do its job of holding your shirt closed. If you are preparing a store-bought garment and don't have a button to match, one can usually be found hidden somewhere on the inside. In this video, we will be taking a look at a way to sew on flat buttons. With flat buttons, there are 2 ways to sew the button on. Sewing the button flat onto the fabric is most commonly used for decorative buttons, or very thin fabrics. But if the fabric is thicker, then sewing the button flat can cause pull on the fabric and leaves the button looking uneven. For thicker fabrics, you need to create what is called a thread shank. In order to create a thread shank, you will need to put something between the button to add thickness. A toothpick is just right and can easily be found. Alright, let's get started. Mark where you want to place your button. If you are replacing a lost button, then you can probably see where the old one was. But if you can't see, then simply overlap the garment the way you want it to look and place a mark at the end of the buttonhole. Make a stitch on the mark that you have made and thread through one of the holes on your button. Place your button in the desired location and place the toothpick down the center, making sure that the toothpick is between the holes on your button. Stitch through both the button and the fabric. Repeat this step until you have 6 stitches between 2 of the holes. If you are stitching a 4-holed button, simply move to the other set once you have completed the first. When you have made a stitch for every set of holes on your button, it should look like this. Now it's time for the space between the garment and the button. Gently slide the toothpick free and pull the button away from the fabric. This will leave a gap between the fabric and the button. But don't worry, the button isn't going to go anywhere. Making sure that your thread is between the button and the fabric, make a few passes around the gathered threads that you have created. This bundle of threads is the thread shank. The final step is tying off your thread. Stitch through your thread shank and then through the fabric. Make a single stitch through your fabric and tie off your thread. Snip off the remainder of your thread and you're all done. Now you're ready to equip your favorite shirt and defuse that bomb before the zombies tear down the fence and make it to the water storage. That's it for this episode of the Nerd Closet How-To. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page, and if you want up-to-the-minute information, like us on Facebook. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a world that needs my help.